Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Naturally Nitty, aka Jessica, and this is episode 144.
And I'm Alina, also known as Darn It. This is May the 19th. This is our weekly podcast. If this is your first time watching, thanks for watching. If you're a regular, thanks for coming back.
So grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us. Mojo?
I have some.
I have some too.
Oh, how cute.
It's Bon Bon is the pattern.
Who's that for?
I just made it because it was cute. No Knit Sherlock on Instagram has a bunch of patterns like this. And I got it. It's adorable. Now Leah and Chloe both want one. No, he's just mine. I have him sit around.
Cool.
That's it. That's all I have.
I have 2 socks finished.
Yay.
And they make a pair.
And they are beautiful.
And they're smushy and it's like 300 degrees out, so I can't wear them.
Mm.
But this was the simple SKYP socks, also known as the simple Skype sock.
I like those.
And I used size 2 needles. This is the Knit Picks Felici, like dapple colorway, but they like discontinued a long time ago. I bought it on. I used all of the yarn in both skeins. I had like the ends you clip off when you're.
Yeah. That's
all that was left.
Wow.
All the skein.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's all I have done.
Sweet.
Any works in progress?
This is going to be a quick one. No, I am not knitting anything.
I am. I have a lot of stuff that I need to be knitting, but I'm not actually, knitting that much. I just opened my project bag and found stuff in there. Anyways, I got this weekend, I had a lot of downtime, so I got to knit, and I'm halfway on these socks.
They're beautiful.
These are the cable ones. It's the Naive sock pattern, I think. So I'm exactly halfway. Probably a little bit over because I started a couple rows up the, after the heel and everything. So that's cool. I also am working on, so these were my, I forget what I named these socks. They have a name because it goes with the Care Magical Creatures. These are the Jarvie ones.
Okay.
They go with Jarvie's because at the end of the Jarvie's life, I seriously read up on this. At the end of a Jarvie's life, they spit out everything they ever heard backwards.
Okay.
So I paired it with this pattern because of the cables are kind of twisty and turny, saying things backwards. Yeah. Anyways, so then I started my, I think these are my Plimpy socks. And this is the pattern, charade pattern. And the pattern here looks like, I think, like the Plimpy legs,
Yeah.
I totally researched everything. And the colors represent a Plimpy too. So anyway, so I have the toes and just a little bit of the pattern started on this pair of socks. So that's all my works in progress. So all Newt projects.
Yeah, me too.
So,
but mine's spinning. So
yeah, I'm knitting like crazy on them.
So spinning.
I don't have any spinning at all.
I do. I finished the first half of my
Whoa! Holy big skeins.
They are.
Batman?
I use my jumbo bobbin, and I spun the 3-ply. It's a true 3-ply.
It really looks cool.
And then this is, I had a little bit left over of 2 of the bobbins, so I'll wait to see if when I ply the other ones together, if I have another leftover ball and I can make a small 3-ply. But I got 760 yards out of one and 639 out of another.
How many do you need totally?
15, which...
So you're like about halfway.
Well, I could probably knit a sweater out of this, what I just have. This is 18...
Well, la-di-da, being skinny mini.
No. This is, being, like, it's 18 ounces of fiber. It's over a pound. You know? But
yeah, but I mean, how many... Oh, that's really balanced.
It was, like, straight off the Nitty Nutty. I washed it already, but straight off the Nitty Nutty, it was like this. I was like, dude, that's awesome. No, I really like the 3-ply. I'm glad I went with that route for my newt. No, because I have 36 ounces to spin total. So I'm working on
Yeah, but I mean, how many yards do you need for your sweater? That's
I don't know. I didn't pick a pattern yet.
Then, whatever. So you're like almost halfway then anyways.
Right, well, yeah, I'm halfway. This is half of it.
Halfway spinning the yardage needed. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, yes.
Not
yes,
halfway on your new, which you already turned in your new. So.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. I'm happy with it.
That's
and then
cool.
I've been spinning. I actually spun another bobbin. For the second set.
Cool.
And I'm on...
Same colors?
They're different colors. Like these, there's this, and then these are the ones I'm working on right now. And then this will be the third bobbin.
So are you going to make like...
And then that'll be a 3-ply.
The sweater stripey, or...
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. This, like, stripes enough as it is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, because those are darker, and then those are lighter.
Well, that was the point. I was trying to make it so I can knit a striped sweater. And have, like, 2 basic colorways, which is, like, blue and browns, and then the other ones can be more greens with pink.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know. And if they don't look good together, like, this is probably enough to make something out of. I mean, it's, like, almost 1,400 yards.
Or it is 1,400 yards.
Almost.
Well, you said the one was 760?
Yeah, 760 and 639.
Oh, so just at
1 yard away.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Because I don't do math, but I do knitting math.
I know, I do too. So yeah, so I'm well on my way with my newt. So much so, I handed in my 50%, and I'm upping my requirement for the Rolex because I've been working on them a lot, and I'm trying to like gear up for that show. And if I have future shows, I have no idea how much I'm gonna need. So I've just been going hardcore on that. But I have about 18 pounds already done now. So I added another 10 pounds of Rolex to my total. So that I could keep just going. Like, I don't want to, like, slack off. And I'm really not doing much with classes this term. I handed in that bunny and a baby hat. And I have no desire to knit anything else right now, which is really weird. But
sometimes you just go in spurt.
Yeah.
And you have to go with the flow.
But I'm digging the Rolex, so that's why I upped it. Also, I ordered more fiber because I am like running so insanely low. It's not even funny. I could probably make maybe 1 or 2 more sets right now, and that's it. This is the one I'm working on right now.
Cool.
I'm thinking I will put this in for our cardio challenge. Well, some of them.
Cool, because you're the only one that needs to do that.
I know, I'm horrible. I'll take a picture of them and post it when we're done. But I think that's it. Oh, I've also been spinning samples still on my Turkish spindle, which I did not bring up here. But that's going well. I actually took off the first cop and started a new one. It's like a good sized ball. I should have brought it up. I'll show it off next time. Yeah, that's it. You? Moving on, sewing? You've been sewing a lot.
I have been sewing like crazy.
Right.
Like crazy. But I actually turned in 2 classes of sewing.
Oh, I'm going to be sewing.
The first one, for fat fiber, I did mini triangle bags. And, let me see if I can find a picture. And I turned them in for, was it divination or Defense Against the Dark Arts, the statue one? So I turned in that for, like, the statue because I had to press them to look good.
Oh,
the final preparation one, that one. And, then I turned in for, that was Defense Against the Dark Arts. For divination, it was like, the censures, you had to use 2 different, forms, 2 different things. So there's the 50 mini triangle bag.
Dude.
And then,
how big were they? With your hands, how big were they?
They're like this big.
Okay. It's just hard to tell from a picture sometimes.
They're like, like this big.
That's cool.
So they're like Notion pouches.
That's fun.
And then for divination, I turned in, see if I can find a picture of those. My burlap bag. I turned in 13 of them, but here's 2.
Cute.
That I made because I used burlap and cotton, so they were 2 different fabrics.
Boom.
So I turned those in. So I had 2 classes turned in already. But that's all. And this week for sewing, I'm like recovering from the show, and I have like some special orders and a bulk order that I'm doing this week. So I'm still very, very, very busy. But I need to talk about this because I didn't talk about this last time we podcasted, which was 2 weeks ago. So, I don't know if any of you know Annika Hamby. She's the person who created the House Cup. Like it was her brainchild. She's retired head mistress.
The founder.
And she's the founder.
She's titled as.
Yeah, but she's really nice. And through the House Cup, I met her, and then on Facebook, I know her through different stuff. So she has a podcast. She has a Etsy store where she makes Midori traveler's notebooks, and they're really cool looking, and they're leather, and I was just like, what are these things? So I sent her a message, and I was like, what are these things, and how do you use them? And she said, go to YouTube and search Midori traveler's notebook.
I've seen her stuff, and I've always wondered that too. I just never asked.
So
I'm glad.
If you do that, it's kind of like if you give a mouse a cookie. So she told me that. So then I went and I searched, and I watched video after video, and I got obsessed. And I am obsessed. So then I was like, I can do that. So then, you know how like YouTube brings up other stuff. So they had one, and they had one with fabric, because I was like, these would be really cool in fabric too, not just leather. So during my sewing, like not last week, but the week before, I took a day out and I couldn't not focus. So I focused on the traveler's notebooks, and I made one for myself.
Fun.
It's a smaller one. So basically the premise is they're just like this, like a folder.
Okay.
And they have like elastic in them. And you put notebooks in them. And I made these notebooks too. So I made a smaller one, and it's not even the right size of the traditional ones. Okay. But I did it so I can like write down the sizes of stuff, and like I have like all my notes in there. And then I made like another one. I made like a folder to keep stuff.
It's crazy.
So I finally like got it and made it. And basically you do that and you just like carry it around, and you can use it for planning. You can use it, people use it for like, they draw, they put their notebooks in and draw on it. People use it for planning. People use it for like money stuff, like the Dave Ramsey method, stuff like that. So anyway, so then I'm kind of gonna make more. Like this was my like prototype. I need to like research and figure out. Sorry, Harry Potter's calling. I need to research and figure out the exact dimensions and start making
that sounds cool.
With fabric. They're not going to be as like heavy duty as the leather ones, but they're still pretty cool. But anyway, so
that's fun.
I made that, and I used an old bandana. I had this bandana that I found, not an old used one. Like I found a bandana at the store, and I've been saving it because it's
stars.
Yeah, so I used it, and you can see I made it, and it's like pretty stiff. I used really heavy interfacing, and I sewed it.
That's cool.
So I'm thinking I might make some more. Annika keeps saying, do it, because the geeky fabrics that you use would be awesome. People like to have that. So she's like saying, I just have to figure out the grommet part. You know, like with leather, you would just poke it through, but This is not leather. So
you can totally test one out on me if you want.
Okay, I will. But I'm going to make a bigger one so I can keep track of all my Jamberry stuff, because I just have papers laying around because I'm a list maker. So this...
I like that size too, though. That's like a nice travel size one.
Yeah, like that's a small one. So anyways, so that's my sewing, and I'm done. Now we're on to gym. So we haven't podcast for 2 weeks, even though this is our weekly podcast.
It's my fault. Last week, I forget why.
We were going to, and then you said, I'll call you when I get home, and then 12 o'clock came around, and it was bedtime.
Oh, yes. Well, the kids were being naughty that night, and I couldn't, whatever. Anyways, and then you had a show, so we just...
Right. So we just kind of skipped it, because then the next day I was, like, packing all the things. So, how are you doing with gym? So, we're doing our Weasley sister. This is where I'm going.
I suck.
We haven't podcasted for 2 weeks. So, we have 2 weeks of gym to catch up on. We started our cardio challenge, which is you set your goals, you reach your goals. That's basically what it is. So, anyways, last week, the week before last week was our first week, and I totally hit my goals. Last week, I didn't hit any of them. No. Except for maybe drinking the water.
Yeah. I didn't hit all of them the first week either. I was biking more. We have been riding the kids to school, which isn't too far, but like there and back is like 3 miles.
Still a bike ride.
And then if you do it, twice a day, so that's 6 miles for us anyways. So that's, better than nothing. So I was like, yay for that. But then last week was more rainy, so we didn't bike at all last week, I don't think. And this week has kind of been sucky. But I've been trying to drink more water, which is good. I think I just kind of bombed it. That's all. I
totally sucked last week. I didn't even work out. And then this morning I was wearing my workout clothes because Madison was supposed to have Keystone testing, which is their like statewide high school testing. But we get there and they're like, you're not supposed to be here till Thursday. And I'm like, what? I got up and drove out here for nothing. But I was wearing my workout clothes, but then I got sidetracked with different things that I'll talk about in a little bit. So I didn't actually work out. I just showered and got dressed for our podcast.
Yay. Because that's nice.
So, but my goal for this week is to work out twice and drink lots of water. I'm doing the water. I actually got lemons at Aldi's, and I've been squeezing lemon into the water because, one, it tastes better. Not that I don't like the taste of water because it doesn't really taste like anything but refreshing.
I like water.
But sometimes I get bored with water. But also, I read a thing, if you put lemon juice, like juice of a real lemon, in your water, it causes you to drink more.
Huh.
And it helps, like, with your insides.
Your insides.
And your metabolism and stuff. So I think part of it is probably the results of actually just drinking water. But anyway, so I've been squeezing lemon in here, and I notice, like, when I drink it, I, like, get halfway through it, and I'm like, oh, I'm really thirsty, and then I drink more.
That's good.
So, like, the lemon, like, I don't know. It could be all psychological, but it works, so that's what I'm doing.
Sounds good. So, yes. So, join us if you want.
Yeah, it's not too late.
Post a picture of a prize.
And once everyone has prizes posted, I'm going to randomly assign prizes to people. And then, I was going to talk about this. Then we're going to do like a Dirty Santa type of thing. If you don't reach your goals, the first person after you not reaching your goals can be like, I want that. So then they have to give you their prize, and then they take yours. And then it keeps going. You can only trade it once each week, and so if you want your prize, you're going to have to reach your goals.
That's good. So
I thought it would be good. I mean, all the prizes are cool.
Yeah.
I think I'll write up actually how we're going to do it and put it in the group. But I thought that would be fun because all the prizes are good. So
yeah. No, that'll be fun. Cool.
So yeah. Okay. Randomness.
I made rhubarb Coogan, which is totally not in line with the gym, but it was so good. We have some rhubarb, and then our neighbors gave us some.
I need to get some rhubarb.
2 neighbors gave us some, so I made it. But it's like practically, it was gone. Like the kids devoured it last night, and it was a big
I
deal.
wish we had some. I want rhubarb Coogan. I need to get to know people who have rhubarb, or plant some rhubarb in my...
You should just plant
Someone gave me rhubarb seeds. I should just throw them in the ground.
You should.
I think I will after this. I need to find them. Randomly, we were going to add a section to our podcast, but we never got around to it.
Oh, I totally forgot.
Before randomness, we're going to add a section. We'll do it next week. But basically, we're going to talk about, like, the books we're reading or the TV shows we're obsessing on. Okay. Like, binge reading, binge watching, binge listening. That way, just because I like to do that. And I also like to know what other people are reading, so maybe we can have, if you are reading different books, you can share with us in our Ravelry group so we can find new books to read.
Sounds good.
So, yeah.
We'll call it binging.
Yeah. Don't forget about our listener map. I have, like, a bunch of stuff to talk about. Don't forget about our listener map. If you are watching us / listening to us, because we do grab the audio and put it on iTunes, go in our Ravelry group is a listener map. Go and put yourself on there. I just want to see where everyone is because I'm nosy like that, and I think it's kind of cool to see where people watch / listen to us from. So yeah. Oh, I'm still talking, or do you have anything else to talk about?
I didn't write anything down.
Okay, so
I've seriously been lame and like just doing Rolex and like fiber stuff and spinning.
You're not lame. I'm lame. So I was all excited. I got to 50% on these socks. I was like, I am at 50% on my new. I have 3 socks done. Because I was thinking, I have to do 6 socks. Not thinking 6 pairs, 6 socks. You know. So I was like, 3 socks. So I turned it in and everything, and I was all excited. And then I wake up this morning and I go on Ravelry, and AWC Maiden, I think that's who it was like, am I reading this wrong? But isn't your newt 6 pairs? Wouldn't half of your newt be 6 socks? And I was like, oh, I was like, such an idiot. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like such an idiot. But, so I was like, you're right. So I was like, whatever, I'll just change that turn into update post. Who knows if I'll actually make 50%. So I did, but I am like packed to the gills for my newt. So at Maryland Sheep and Wool, I got these needles so I could start another pair of socks, because I have a pair of socks on my favorite needles, which are the Chiagus.
Okay. And
they're not going to be finished anytime soon. So they're just for detention sometime. Oh. And these needles are used. And then I have some square needles that are being currently used, but I actually don't like using them at all. And the Audi needles are also being used. So I bought another pair of Chiagus, which are these, and I started these. And then this weekend, I got another pair.
That's awesome.
Of Chiagus, because I really, 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 really like the Chiagus.
How much?
They're like $9.
No, I was going to say, how much do you like them?
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
So the reason why I like them is because they're... So most of the time when you take sock needles or any needles out of wrap, they stay kinked.
Yeah. These
have like no kink. Look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And they're like stainless steel. They're a steel cable is why they don't kink. Ooh. And it's nylon coated. Their tips are pretty pointy.
Okay.
And they don't bend like the aluminum ones. And I have problems with bending needles.
I bend my Addies.
Yeah, and the Addies are just not pointy enough for me. And these are not too pointy that you're hurting yourself, which is what the problem with the square needles are. But they're pointy enough that they make the sock knitting faster. And I lost the case. But anyway, so I got another pair. These ones I got from Dawn of Fairy Tale Knits. And I plan on starting another pair of socks so that I can maybe get to my 50%. You know, you need to have options when you're knitting.
Totally.
So this weekend was the Waynesburg Sheep and Fiber Festival. And I, really, what happened to that? Okay, I have this one. It's bothering me. Where the heck did that go?
I don't think it matters too much right now.
Okay. It's bothering me, though. Anyway, so we went. It's in Waynesburg, Pennsylvania, which is about 2 hours away. And it was a nice little small festival. I had fun. So next to me was this lady named Marlene, and she's Angora online. Mm. So she has like a bunch of bunnies that she like plucks, combs, and then listen to, she spins the yarn and then sells it. It's so wonderful. She also does Rolex and stuff. So she gave me these Rolex. Ooh. She's like super nice. And she is like the nicest lady. And she also gave Madison some of her spun Angora mohair blend yarn. I didn't bring it in here. I forgot. So Madison's going to make like either a hat or fingerless knit.
That's cool.
And I gave her a spinning bucket because hello, she spins so much, she needs to. And she was telling me she keeps her stuff in like a Walmart bag when she's spinning. And I'm like, no. Here's a pretty little bag. Hang it on your wheel and have fun. So she
It's like blasphemy right there.
I know. So yeah, but it was a lot of fun. So it was like hot and dusty. So we get there and I'm like, oh my gosh, this place is so dusty. I was like, I can't put my stuff up and have it falling on the ground and getting gross. So I went to Walmart and bought 2 rugs, like 5x7 rugs, and put them out. So they work because I had like a 10x10 space. So now I have like rugs, which I was wanting to get like those outdoor, like, you know, those like wooden like ones, but I couldn't find any. So I just got like your regular carpet kind.
Cool.
It looked nice. So I have more to talk about.
That's very cool.
I feel like I'm talking like a ton. I need to take a drink.
That's right. Yeah, so Dad was on his phone online. And he's like, oh, Alina's at another Sheep and Wool Festival. I'm like, what? Even though I knew you were like vending this weekend, and I was like, oh yeah, she's vending at another show.
So at these wool festivals, they have people like come and cook lamb and stuff. They had this chef cooking stuff, and they brought it around. The first day it was like really slow, so they brought around samples, and they brought around this like meatloaf with this corn and apple like salsa stuff. Now, apart from each other, they were gross. I mean, not gross. They were just fine. But I took the salsa and put it on top of the meatloaf. It was so good. It was like it was like an apple and corn, and there was mint in there. And then there was like probably red pepper or something because it had a bite to it at
like
the end.
Chutney?
Almost, but it wasn't like slimy. It was like a salsa, like.
Okay.
So it was so good. And I'm not a meatloaf person, so it was really good. But anyways, yeah. So before this, I did a trade, because I'm all about the trades. So I did a trade with DJ. She has her own store shop called Geek Chick. She dyes roving and yarn. Mm-hmm. So I did a trade, a bag for fiber and yarn. Like, I didn't buy it, so it was a gift. It was a trade. So I got, in her Half-Blood Prince colorway, this superwash wool. Isn't it pretty? Yeah. And then in her sock yarn, her Minion sock, I got the Rose Tyler colorway.
It's very fun.
Not pretty. So
is that blue or purple on the end of that?
Yeah, it's purple.
Okay. I couldn't tell. It almost looked like it could be blue.
It's like that scarf that Rose wore. She wore that mini skirt in the first or second season.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I have a doll that I made of her with the same color scarf.
Okay. I was like, because I memorized every outfit she wore.
No, I don't. But, anyways, so yeah, so I traded with her.
Trades are fun. I like trades.
I like trades too. So yeah. Oh, we dyed Madison's hair.
Yeah, the whole thing. I haven't seen a good picture of it.
That's because I keep forgetting to take it, because we dyed it, went to the festival, and came back. But we went to Sally Beauty, and they were like, she's like, I want to dye my hair red. And she wants it, like, red. Like, oh, here's the case. I found it. It's under, I have this on a crate, and it fell through the slat into underneath. That's why I can find it. Anyway, this is random randomness.
That was random.
So the lady at Sally was like, you can use, because I was trying to find something that we didn't have to bleach her hair, because it would like super dry out her hair.
Yeah. Well, and her hair is blonde enough that it should take color.
Well, it's like dirty blonde. So,
Well,
anyway, the lady was like, here, try this. This is a very bright red, and use the developer double strength to make it brighter red. So we did, and it turned out like bright red. Like,
you
red.
need to take a picture of it, at least for me.
And then I'll text her and see if she'll come in. And she likes it, but she's not as happy with it if it was like red. And I mean, she wants
like not hair red. She wants like red.
She wants like red.
That would be fun.
So then yesterday we stopped at Sally again and got some Manic Panic, and we're just gonna do it over the red. I told her it's not gonna be red. It's gonna be like a darker red, hair red.
Yeah.
But it'll be red. So, because I'm like, we're not going to bleach your hair because that is just going to ruin your hair, and we're not doing that unless you want to have short hair because she still has her hair long.
Yeah. Bleaching is not good.
Anyways, but we dyed it, and I'm texting her now to see if she'll come in here to show your hair.
That's cool. I need to dye my hair.
But yeah. So, I watched this show on Netflix called Mudbloods about Quidditch.
Really?
I'm not lying. You need to look for it. It's like a documentary about Quidditch and playing at the college level.
That's the thing.
And it's like super awesome. Like, I wish there was a Quidditch team near us so I could go watch it. Or make my children play.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay, so here's Madison's hair. Bend down.
Cute.
Turn. Right. So it's like a red.
Very cool. Thank you.
So yeah. But anyway. But yeah, so we're gonna try doing her hair darker later. And then I'll take a picture of it. So yeah, look up the movie. It's a documentary called Mudbloods about Quidditch and the Quidditch World Cup. Like, seriously? Awesome. And it was like from 2011 or whatever, so I'm not sure if they still do it, but totally awesome. Totally awesome. Also, one more thing, and then I'll stop talking. I am possibly the worst mother ever. My phone is blowing up. I am possibly the worst mother ever.
Why?
Bella lost a tooth. And the tooth fairy did not come for like 2 weeks. Because I kept forgetting to put the money in the tooth fairy pillow because she sewed this little pillow.
Kids know that we're the tooth fairy.
I think she knows, but she doesn't know.
I don't want to like everything. I'm like, nothing's real.
I don't want to burst that bubble.
I
want her to experience childhood.
I mean, you're a better mother than I.
No. So she would be like, oh, I lost my tooth. So she then came down and was like, do you think the tooth fairy is going to come anytime soon? Because my tooth is still up in my pillow. And I was like, oh. So then I like took money out. And then I remembered to do it. So then that night, she like got her money. And I did 75 cents instead of 50 because we were a week late. And then that night, she comes down as I'm sewing. And she's like, I lost another tooth.
Oh, crap.
So then I pulled out the money and I put it on my computer so I would remember when I went up to bed. And then I'm trying to like reach the stupid, she has this like tooth fairy pillow that she made with a mouth. I can't reach it because she's like sleeping and she sleeps on the top bunk and I'm not the tallest person in the world. I'm not the shortest, but I'm not the tallest. So I'm like crawling on the bed, trying not to wake them up. Standing there trying to get this pillow, and she's like sleeping like this, and my arm reaches not very far, so I couldn't reach it because it was like just past her body from this side, and then I got on the end and I'm crawling up, and it's like in the exact middle of the bed. I couldn't reach it, so I'm like trying to crawl. I couldn't get it, and I go in and I'm like, what can I do? So I like grabbed a hanger and I'm like fishing for it. So I finally got it, and I was like, seriously, this better be the last tooth.
And she
ever.
slept through that all.
And it was like, I was like, I don't know how, but she was happy because then she came down and she was like, if the Tooth Fairy forgets, you get 75 cents. If the Tooth Fairy remembers, you only get 50 cents. I was like, yeah, well, whatever.
That's funny.
So. But anyways, Tooth Fairy problems. I'm a bad mom. No, I'm not. That's not the only reason I'm a bad mom. So they had like a concert for their school Thursday, the day before we were leaving, and I had so much stuff to do. I was so pissed off. I was like, this is the worst day ever. I was like so mad, and we had to like go. And then by the time I was like such in a cranky mood. And then when we got there, it was like a really cute concert, and I didn't mind as much. But like, I don't mind going to school concerts, but what I mind is when you have to sit through everyone else's crap.
They have to do it. I know.
Till you get to your kid. That's the only thing. And it's like, I guess I'm just a jerk, but whatever.
We just had a band concert for Gabe last week.
I mean, I don't mind. After I get, like, I don't like the thought of going to it, but once I get there and I'm watching it, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It was just, that was the worst day ever. I was just like, so annoyed. But it was really cute. She
annoying people behind us, like, that we were on bleachers, it was in the gym, and the couple kids behind us were like stomping like hot, and it's like a band concert, like they're playing instruments and stuff, and they're stomping on the bleachers making a ton of noise, and the mom's like yelling like loud, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like seriously, just take them out, go away. But mine sat all nice and cute, and I was like, yay me. Good job, guys.
No, like I said, like I don't mind them once I get there. It's just the thought of going to them that bugs me.
No, I hear you.
But yeah, it was good. She did a really good job. She's playing the guitar, and she's doing really good. And the other day, she's like really good at music. I don't know where she gets from because I can't do music at all. So the other day, in her music class, because they could choose to do an elective this year, and instead of doing art and music, like the combined course that you have to take, she could choose. So she chose music because she doesn't really like art. Yeah. I really don't know how she got that. Because I always took art. But anyways, so she, like, they're doing the recorder in music, and that usually you're like, oh, great, the recorder. Well, she, like, was, like, playing it, and it actually sounded good. I was like, wow, the first time you ever heard a recorder sound good. But I don't know where she gets it from because...
Maybe she'll be an awesome musician as she gets older.
So she does really good. I was proud of her.
Very cool.
But I was cranky before that.
I've had extra time with kids. They didn't have school last Friday because we never took any snow days here, even though we could have, at least for cold days, but they didn't want to use them all up. So anyway, they didn't have to make them up, so they got off Friday, and then they off this Friday and Monday for Memorial Day. I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's funny because here they took all their snow days and then some. They're like going to school extra.
It's crazy though. And then like they're like, there's only this many days of school left. I'm like, are you serious? Like, it's almost summer. This school year has gone by seriously fast. Crazy.
This weekend, I am such a jerk. I am. I was like, we were in the thing and it was like hot and I was up late not the night before, like I got sick. Not like sick, just like heartburny sick.
Okay.
Saturday night. So like Sunday, I was sitting there and I was like so tired that I like don't even remember. So someone came to our booth and was like, "Hi, I'm oh crap." Well, now I forget what her name was. Anyways, so I was like sitting there. I was like, "Oh, I was just like, it just like didn't like commute," and I was like, I felt so bad. So I like made this little picture on Instagram and was like, please come back. I feel really bad. So then I like left and went and found her and apologized for being such a jerk because I was just like, oh, that's cool. Like I didn't like say anything. And I'm like more excited and I talk to people and I was just like, what the heck is my problem? So I like went and found her and like apologized. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm such a jerk. I don't even know what I was doing. I'm sorry. So, but now I feel like a jerk again because I can't even remember what her name was.
I don't remember it. You need to get some sleep.
Well,
go to bed early.
I have slept now, but seriously, I'm just really bad. And I made sure to repeat her name when she told it to me, her Ravelry name, and now I don't remember it.
Is it someone from the House Cup?
I think so.
That's funny.
Anyways, I'm a jerk. I feel bad. I'm like really bad with names. I need to like take something to remember things because I don't remember things ever.
I don't either.
So yeah, but it was a good weekend.
I'm jealous of all your fiber festivals.
You can be jealous too because Friday, Hazel's gonna stop over at my house because she's driving by and she doesn't want to drive the whole night, so she's gonna stop over and stay.
Not cool.
Night. I have to totally clean my house though. But yeah,
that's all right. I'm totally jealous. That is not even fair.
You can come.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
No, I have one more thing to talk about, and then we can go. I finally went and bought my own domain and made a like little website, not Etsy, like starknit.net.
Cool.
.com was already taken, so I took .net. But so I made a new website, and I'm gonna put more on there. But right now, I just have a basic website up there, like an about page and like a slideshow. I hope to put like not pages, but like sections where you can talk, like a page where it talks about all the bags I make and
that'd be cool.
What you can expect for that size type of thing. And then have like a wholesale thing and, just have, like a special order part, like where you can like order. So you like when people want a special order, they can say, I want this size type of thing. Like I've been wanting to do it and I've been thinking about it. And finally I was like, I'm just going to do it.
That's smart.
Because, it'll just be easier. Of course, now I have to change all of my business cards and everything, but it's not a big deal because I'm still using Etsy as the storefront.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
It's exciting.
I think that's all from the past 2 weeks to talk about.
I probably have more, but I'm
sorry. Oh, I do have more.
Oh, what?
So, I carry my project bags around with me all the time, and I'm also very clumsy. And the reason I have project bags is because if I were just carrying my knitting around, it would get, like, tangled and stuff. So I have a problem with doors. This is a public service announcement. Keep your project bags away from doors. So this bag looks like this because I
thought it was a handle. It's not a handle. It's like the seam.
This is a work in progress bag.
Yeah.
So normally it's like this. This is the
little tab.
The tab that I use to hook it to my thing. So what happened was I got out of the car and I got my purse and I closed my bag. I closed the door and the corner of the bag was stuck in the door and I didn't know it and I turned and walked away and I heard
That's not funny, but it is.
It is funny. It's kind of funny though, like, cause like where I sewed it, and what ripped was the actual fabric. Right, what?
I said that's some quality sewing right there.
I know, right? Like, so it like stopped where I have it like sewn. So yeah, that's one bag down. I was so sad because I like the robot, but I think it's time to throw it away. I can always make myself another bag. But then as we're leaving on Thursday to go to the concert, I grabbed my knitting and I snapped it to my purse, and I'm like hurrying because we're late, and we're going to the concert, and I don't have time, but I'm like, I'm bringing my knitting because I'm going to knit during the whole thing if I have to be there. And I had one of my triangle bags, which take a lot more work because it was quilted, and I closed it in the door. I didn't know it, and I like start to walk, and I hear, and I'm like, what the heck? And then I'm like trying to like, and the door's locked, and my purse is like over the shoulder, and I'm like standing there, and I can't. So I'm like trying to undo it, and I'm like trying to get the keys over to the lock, because it's like somehow it got locked in this side of the door, and the keys are over here, and I'm trying to like turn around and unlock the door. Andy's sitting in the car. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm stuck. But yeah, I tore this one up too.
Wow.
This one I think I can fix. Again, it was just the fabric, not my sewing. But I need to, I think I can fix this one.
Yeah.
Because I like this one. It's a nice one. So, yeah.
That's hilarious. 2 bags in 1 week.
Well, this one was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
This one was just this week. So, keep your bags away from the... But actually, I was like, at least it was the stupid bags, not my knitting. I would have been mad if it was my knitting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, public service announcement. Project bag saves knitting. But I can't believe I did it. I was just like, are you kidding me? I was mad. So now I have to get more.
Ooh, excuse me.
But yeah. Okay. Ooh. And with that, we'll call it a day.
Bye.
Bye.